Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
Hi, this is Mike O'Mara, here to remind you that if you're starting a business, forming an LLC, or getting a will, LegalZoom will provide the personal attention you need to help take care of the details. LegalZoom is not a law firm, but provides self-help services at your specific direction. Enter discount code TMOS for more savings at LegalZoom.
Available on demand every day in iTunes and the Google Play Store and around the world on MikeO'MaraShow.com. What more can we do for you? It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Hello, everybody. We are live from Fort Myers, Florida, also Washington, D.C., and Los Angeles, California, where Oscar is broadcasting today. Hello, Oscar.
Gentlemen, I miss you guys already.
Yes, the land of dreams and tears. I love doing my show from the home, but I'm going to tell you that is the last time that we are going to have to stop tape so a baby stroller can be found.
Oh, Mike, what happened to the stroller?
Huh?
What happened
to the
stroller?
garage? It was in the garage. I'm getting the car repaired today, and I put the baby stroller in the garage, and I was taping. I'm taping a little decorum for the show, for God's sake.
We took a small vote. We took a small vote when you stepped away when we stopped tape, and we all agreed that your car had been stolen. Based on your reaction and the face you made.
No, it was a baby stroller that was in the garage. That's what happened.
And all is well.
Yeah. Sure.
Do you want to start the mailbag?
Yes, let's start the fucking mailbag.
Oh, no!
That's going to be a tough edit. Yeah, it's all about you.
He'll do it.
Terry Travato is 57 this week. He's a great TMOS listener, and he's the best dad in the world, and he's a good boy. There we are. Sexy Lady Diana Dickens, is 37 this week, and she's awesome.
Yeah.
Her husband bought her a 2013 Dodge Dart for her birthday because he says his penis is little.
And, isn't that a charming way to say it? He's not saying it's small. He says it's little.
It's little. He claims he was over-circumcised.
Little fella.
Wow. Thank you so much for sharing. That's just terrific. Man, oh, man. And do we have the husband's name? No. Diana Dickens has a husband. I got to find out his name.
I know
he was
it.
over-circumcised.
Mike,
you do?
It's Brian.
Oh, I thought it would be Little Jimmy.
Of course.
Anyway, today, Mark Elder of Sacramento is 46. He should change his name to Mark Older. Am I right, ladies? I love that. That's funny. Anyway, Frank Lucier, he lives in the Zit. Oh, who doesn't love Manassas? He turns 42 next week, and he gets it. How about Rachel Magnuson? Oh, a Nordic person, a person from Scandinavia. Rachel Magnuson, 37 years young. She's from Derby, Kansas, and she likes it when HBS comments on her selfies.
Yeah.
Ooh. Well, that's all he does is comment about selfies and post all sorts of naughty, nasty women with tiny little bikinis with tops that are just like little Band-Aids.
Strings, baby. Strings.
Yeah, he had a bad one this week, though. You checked that blue number out that he had? The lady that was just a little too big and maybe had the...
Spilling out of it.
I had to delete her.
Yeah, it kind of grossed me out.
Yeah.
Happy belated birthday to P1 listener Tim Clark. He gives the gift of vagueness.
Because he didn't give any details.
Way to go, Tim. Happy 40th to Tracy Garwal.
Hi, Carwal.
Yeah, plus Jeremy Chappell, or Chappelle, has a... Now, is it Chappell or Chappelle? Do you know, Rob?
Chapel.
Chappell, Chappell. Jeremy Chappell has a birthday on August 17th. And finally, guess who's 6?
Who?
It's Dominic De L'Aquila. Yes, sirree. Dominic De L'Aquila or Quila, I'm not sure.
Quilla.
I think it's Quilla?
Yes.
Oh, it's Quilla. It's
Quilla.
Okay, of course it is. Dominic De L'Aquila is 6 years old. Happy birthday, Dominic. And now on to the mailbag, ladies and gentlemen, because, as we said before and as I just said to my wife out in the driveway, it's all about you. Trevor Griffin writes, just listened to yesterday's segment with Tomo, and goddamn, I'm pissed. Only thing I hate more than people essing on science is smart people essing on science. Here are some facts. There may not be studies that drinking fluoridated water helps, but it's not drinking that you're aiming for. It's the fluoride coming in direct contact with the teeth. When we drink acidic sodas and juices and such,
And such.
it can demineralize our teeth. The fluoride helps remineralize our teeth before permanent damage is done. So it's the fluoride in our mouths, not our stomachs, that is the goal. It just happens that drinking fluoridated water is a good way to get that done, and the fluoride doesn't hurt us to drink it. And we don't drink mouthwash because it's 30% alcohol, asshat. It's not because it has fluoride in it. Jesus H. Christ!
The man
That's
is a
from,
big Todd fan.
Trevor Griffin. I hope I communicated his letter effectively.
I stand by Tomo.
I don't, because I have to bail out of that one because my wife actually consulted the pediatrician.
What'd he say
about it? And the pediatrician said drink the fluoridated water.
Yeah, there you go.
That's part of the deal. And that's from a medical doctor, okay? Not a Tesla driver. Anyway, moving right along. Hey, guys, big fan of the show, and I love the new Mrs. O'Mara promos, but I can't help but think there is a missed opportunity for video promos with a certain Glover Park yoga instructor. If nothing else, yes, go ahead.
What is it? $1 of flesh.
Turn him up,
worth
Rob. Turn him
what?
up a little bit. I want to hear him a little bit.
A
Thank you.
$1 of flesh is worth what?
A pound of
I don't
flesh.
know. A pound of flesh. It's not $1 of flesh.
No, it's a pound of flesh.
It's nice that you can fly all the way all across the country and still massacre the English language on the
Sorry.
show.
I
That's a
bail.
good thing.
I'll talk to her about it.
If nothing else, it could be another opportunity to maintain a scholarship.
Oh, yeah, but she's got a solid B+ average. She's doing okay these days.
That's good. Anyways, thanks for the laugh. That's from Mike Schneider. Dear Mike, I have a tremendous amount of respect, appreciation, and admiration for the way you are constantly trying to improve the letters section of each Thursday show. This is why TMOS is the best podcast. You never settle for a mediocre product, and you are on a never-ending quest for excellence.
Okay.
I'm feeling that today more than ever.
Sure.
I am an English teacher, and I can tell you why the letters you receive are so difficult to read. Laziness. Laziness is something I never tolerate in a student, and I know from listening to your show you do not tolerate it at TMOS. Why should you tolerate it in the letter writers? I agree with that. I like this guy. This man makes me smile. This part of the letter is for them. If you truly get it, then you can work at it. Edit your letter to TMOS by reading it out loud. Do not do this on your monitor. Print your letter, get a pen, and read your writing out loud. Even better, have someone else read your letter out loud to you and note, is the meaning clear? Did the person stumble? Did the person need anything clarified? I love this man. Or woman, I don't even know who wrote it yet. Is there a punctuation? Is there punctuation where he or she paused? Did the person suddenly remember a root canal appointment halfway through the letter? Find the mistakes, fix them on your computer, and then send your letter. Do not send a letter to Mike or anyone without editing and revising at least 3 times.
3 times, Mike. 3 times.
And if you notice your letter is one long, rambling, incoherent run-on sentence with no capitalization, punctuation, or correct spelling, crumple up the paper, delete the file from your computer, and never write Mike until you have taken a remedial writing course. Yeah.
Hear, hear. Hear, hear.
That's a beautiful run-on sentence there, but it's really not. Sincerely, Brian from Oregon. And I want to say, Brian, I sincerely appreciate it. Brian has a P.S. here. I want to clarify that I am not drunk Brian from Oregon. I'm drunk. I'm Brian. I'm from Oregon. But I'm not drunk Brian from Oregon. My favorite letter of the year, I think. That is awesome. Seth Anderson writes, did you happen to catch Lay King's heartfelt tweet on Monday? And he posts the tweet here. This is the tweet about Robin Williams from Larry King. Okay. Now let me see. I keep thinking about Robin Williams. What a sad, sad story.
Mike, read it again.
Okay.
It's not
All right.
Robin.
Oh, no.
What did he write?
Oh, no.
What did he write?
I keep thinking about Robert Williams.
Oh, no.
What a sad, sad story. I never really understood why success and depression collide.
Remember, you can
I
follow
keep
this
thinking
old
about
man.
Robert Williams.
Mike, you can follow this old man on Twitter at King's
Wow.
Things.
Man, oh, man, oh, man. And finally, a letter from Mark, a listener of ours in a wheelchair who wanted to share his brief story about Robin Williams. Oh, this is great.
Yeah.
I had the opportunity to meet him backstage after a performance in Jacksonville, Florida. Having idolized him and his work since his Mork and Mindy days, I was genuinely nervous as my turn approached. What would I say? What would I do? I rehearsed many opening lines as I anxiously approached. I didn't need any of them. Robin engaged me first, practically inviting me back to San Francisco with him to meet his buddies with whom he shared a cycling club. He noted that several were disabled, but not in a condescending way, but rather a tone that suggested fascination and wonder. He genuinely wanted to share them with me and me with them. After a few minutes of focused conversation, he excused himself to meet the others waiting in line. We parted company. As Mom and I waited for Dad to get the car, Robin emerged from a stage door near us. Robin called out, and keep in mind this is probably 15 minutes and dozens of fan encounters later, "Hey, Marco, what's going on, man?" He remembered my name. I realized soon enough was walking toward me with his security detail following closely. That was Robin Williams. As he got closer, something came over me, and I called out, "Robin." I got his attention and said, "Robin, I'm going to hug you. What do you think these security people will do?" His response, "I don't know. Let's find out." And I received one of the biggest bear hugs I had ever and probably will ever receive in my life. It was the kind of hug reserved for best friends who hadn't seen each other in decades. I have this memory now, and now you have this story. I'm slightly angered at headlines that simply read, "Actor-comedian dies." He was so much more to so many. I pray he has found peace he was seeking and a fraction of the joy he brought to so many. Thanks for reading. And that's Mark Sabity. And
so
that
great
is
story,
an
isn't it?
absolutely terrific letter and a great way to start the show. Good mailbag this week, people. Well done.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. You can listen to the Mike O'Mara Show at www.mikeomarashow.com.
Stay tuned for an outstanding entertainment program.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Let's get down to business.
From the entertainment capital of the world.
Take two, Q Howard.
I want you to get mad.
I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressman because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crime in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, "I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value." So, I want you to get up now. I want you to get up right now and go to the window and stick your head out and yell, "I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore." Get up, go to your windows, open them, and stick your head out and yell, "I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore. Things have got to change."
How many
First,
stations does this go
you've
out
got to
live
get
to?
mad.
67.
You've got to say,
I know it goes to Louisville and Atlanta.
Who are you talking to, Herb?
CGG, Atlanta.
Are they yelling in Atlanta, Herb?
Are they yelling in Atlanta, Ted?
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
They're yelling in Baton Rouge.
God damn it. Get up, get up, get up out of your chair.
Son of a bitch! We struck the mother load!
I'm mad as hell. How am I gonna take this anymore?
I'm mad as hell! I'm not gonna take it anymore!
I'm mad as hell. I'm not gonna take it anymore.
I'm mad as hell and I'm not gonna take it!
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. Mike O'Mara, Rob Spiewak, Oscar Santana. And now, from his easy chair, here's Mike.
Live from the Cabby Piper Studios and heard worldwide, this is the Mike O'Mara Show. We are powered by Encore Insurance Services with over 24 million downloads heard daily at MikeO'MaraShow.com and exclusively over the air on the mighty 1630 KCJJ in the heart of the heartland. Go on!
Mike, I'm not axing you. I'm telling you, it's Al Axing in Coralville, Iowa, our KCJJ listener o' the day.
How you doing, Al?
Al, Big Al, you're killing me, Al.
Hey, Al, come on.
The Mike O'Mara Show is a daily podcast and radio show with the greatest listeners on the planet. Why? Because they get it, everybody. Today's show is brought to you by LegalZoom. Most Americans don't have a will. You know why they don't have a will? They don't have a will because they are intimidated by the entire process. They're terrified of dealing with the system. You don't want the court dictating what happens to your property and minor children, do you? If something bad happens? So why procrastinate? Most people say too expensive or too time-consuming or I just don't want to go into a law firm office. LegalZoom.com is here to help. If it's too expensive, LegalZoom's prices just make sense. If it's too time-consuming, it takes just 20 minutes. and LegalZoom guides you through from start to finish. The service was developed by some of the best legal minds in the country, and they make it painless for you to get the legal help you need. In fact, helping people get legally protected has been their mission and their passion for over 13 years. During National Make-A-Will Month, get special pricing on wills and living trusts by entering TMOS in the referral box at checkout. Again, that's discount code TMOS. It's National Make-A-Will Month, so get yours. Protect your family, protect your future at LegalZoom.com. LegalZoom was developed by top attorneys to provide self-help services at your specific direction, but they're not a law firm. Legal help is furnished through vetted independent attorneys. That's LegalZoom.com, discount code TMOS. What a great morning it is. It's a typical Thursday.
But, Mike, thank
And
God.
yes.
Thank God you know where the stroller is.
Yes, absolutely. I'm very, very happy about that.
I mean, we got to take the small victories where we can get them, babe.
I mean,
Mike.
look. I will explain it nicely, and
Yes.
I will be. But I have down here at my home studio in sunny, beautiful Florida. I have a beautiful setup. I think anybody that listens to our audio quality, listen to Oscar out in Los Angeles and Rob in Washington D.C., and the three of us communicating just like we were in the same room together. It's a beautiful thing. However, I have a window that goes out onto my entryway down here in Florida, and anyone that is coming in my front of door
Yes.
will be seen through that window.
Ah.
So it happens regularly. We have deliveries. We have work people come by.
Do neighbors
visitors,
come
whatever.
a-calling?
I've
Drop
never had
in
a
for
neighbor.
coffee?
Never had a neighbor drop by when I was actually doing the show. But Mrs. O'Mara, on a regular basis, will get herself all prettied up and then venture out with the baby, and I usually give her a little wave as she goes by. Well, today, after we had a few minor technical adjustments to make, we had a very long time getting the show ready for tape today because we were working on one of our pieces of equipment that had a glitch that had to be rebooted, and the software had to be fixed in it. So we fixed that, and we're ready to go, and that took a while, and it was a bit of a drag, and it was something that, to be honest with you, should have been done a week ago, and that just makes me sing with joy when that happens. So so that starts the Thursday,
Right.
That's the way it starts. And then Mrs. O'Mara came up to the window, and Oscar, I know you can't see me on camera today, but I will tell you, I'm
watching
Rob.
you on Ustream.
Oh, you're watching me on Ustream. Mrs.
Yes.
O'Mara comes to the window, and this is the look I get. Now what? And now she's pantomiming through the window. What am I supposed to do? She goes,
Like
Now,
something's wrong.
Can I
Yes,
say what we
yes.
saw on this end? And I'm in a room right now with Pony
Okay.
and Rofo, Rob
it
Ford.
was like a minute into the show, and I said, stop tape. Something horrible has happened. And I knew what she wanted. She wanted to know where the stroller was.
Well, the first thing that was so great is when you talk to someone but you over enunciate. She can't hear you through the glass, but you said, "It's in my jeans. It's in my jeans."
Well, that was before we taped the show.
Okay.
That was before we started the show because she was asking where the keys were to the loaner car that we're using while we're getting the car fixed.
So when you when you talked about the keys being missing, and then you made the most panicked face of all, we swear we thought the car had been stolen.
No, I said
Because you took off your headphones and you
No.
threw them down. You said,
I'll
I'll be right back. I said, oh, my God, Grand Theft Auto.
I'm the first one that will tell you I'm aware of the fact that this isn't Jimmy Kimmel freaking live, but the fact is this is how I'm making my living. This is how I'm paying my electric bill. And so I said that. I didn't yell. I didn't scream. But I just, I think maybe, I don't know. I'll figure out something. I don't want to block it. I love the natural light. I really do. I love the fact that
And you look wonderful.
I'm looking out onto a block wall. There's nothing I can see out there, but I am looking out of doors. Technically,
Yes.
I
It's a
am looking
distraction.
out of doors.
It's a distraction. It's fair.
It's a distraction. Yeah, it's a distraction. Well, just to come in, and if you're going to come in, pass me a note and stuff like that. But anyway,
Yeah,
that's
respect
over.
the studio, respect the craft.
Exactly.
If anything,
Yes.
Mike, in the last 24 hours I've been in Los Angeles, I've learned one thing about being an artist. It's respected out here.
Yeah, I agree. You don't get a lot of that in Florida. Now, Mike, do you have a lot of neighbors that come by and peer in your window?
No, we don't have
During
a lot
the
of neighbors
show?
that do that. But I'm really thrilled that we have taken the extra effort and put in the time and put in the work to make things sound good for the listeners. And I love now that we're getting more and more confirmation that we're going to be doing this show all over the place.
Yep.
And, someday Rob might even want to travel. And, it's... it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen at some point. And
wow.
the nice thing is,
I'm thinking of headed down
that.
to your house, Mike. I think that might be nice.
Well, yeah, I'd love to have you down
Stop
here.
in for a week or so.
Absolutely. There are plenty of fine hotels down here.
No, that's not what I want. I want a lot of extended time with you.
Well, that's why I have a garage. But anyway,
I'll sleep in the stroller, which, by the way, we now know is in the garage.
Now it's in the back of the loaner car, heading down to the hair appointment. So I'm happy about that.
No.
And,
He's much too young for a haircut.
No, he's not. It's not for him. Anyway. So I'm babysitting. It's my own son. I don't call it babysitting when I'm picking my son up. I'm picking my son up after the show to let Carla have her day. She's been going like hell and doing a really, really great job. And I love her more than anything in the whole wide world.
Mm-hmm.
But this was one moment where, the old evil me was like right beneath the surface there. When I was like, this is my job. This is my job. This is how I make my living.
Like Rupert Pupkin. Mom, I'm doing this thing.
Oh God! So
Where's the meatloaf?
It was just one of those mornings. One of those mornings. And sometimes when we're in the communication business, and I say to myself, we're in the communication business, but we don't communicate. And that's that to me is I think we communicate a lot more than other people do in other businesses, but we don't communicate when we really have to.
We've come a long way, I think, but there's still there's much time to go.
Take things for granted.
We do. Now we are at a moment. We are at a moment of the show right now where the door will either swing open or close.
As a small callback, Mike, you mentioned maybe someday I'd like to travel. I'd like to travel about 1 million miles away from here. Right now.
I love you, and I'm not going to do that to you today. No, I'm not going to love you. And besides, what you have to learn to do is do what Oscar and I do all the time, which is throw your brother under the bus.
No, not the way I operate. Not the way I operate.
Yeah, well, sometime maybe it should be the way you operate, for God's sake.
No, I like to do what Oscar does. I own it. It's amazing.
It wasn't amazing today.
No, it wasn't. No, it was amazing, just not great.
Can I say a little shout out, even though it means nothing and it won't mean anything to them because they do a lot of work, but the Tmos company that we have worked with on this particular show for quite some time has, if every company had the Tmos company's customer service, life would be a lot better for a lot of people because I think they do a pretty terrific job with customer service.
Not only do they make the best products out there, but you know what their customer service department has is urgency.
Yep.
And if you explain you're against a time deadline, they will connect you at that moment. I love
That's
those
terrific.
people.
I was really happy with that. So we are today because Oscar is going out to see the family and see some friends out in Los Angeles and make a couple of business calls. He's going to come back with Pepsi. He's going to come back with Pepsi for the Mike O'Mara.
That's right.
No, he is.
Stacks of D's hot cash.
Yes, that's right. D's hot cash. That's right, baby. You're going to come back with wonderful.
I just checked you all into Bel Air Country Club.
Oh, wonderful. I've been thinking about taking up golf.
Right on Facebook.
Well, you have been out in Los Angeles for a relatively short period of time, and you're here, and I think we have worked out all the technical glitches. One of the things that's a little disconcerting about me when Oscar is not here is that I'm staring right across at the gigantic forehead of Mr. Rob Ford.
Yeah, and I would like once again to introduce, I know we've had a hard time chasing down a nickname for him, but I want to reintroduce this one because I think it's going to stick.
Okay.
Rofo.
Rofo?
Rofo. Don't you
Rofo.
think? Rob Ford can be Rofo.
Well, only if whenever we take him out to any public appearance, he goes, me, Rofo. I am Rofo.
Wait, can I try it out? Can I try it out?
Yeah, go. If you got to go now, listen. When you're with your dentist voice, your Herbie the dentist voice. You got to go to a lower register to make that work. So you got to get it from the bottom of your balls, all the way through your diaphragm. You got to go.
Let me untuck them real quick.
All right, here we go.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Rob Ford.
It's gonna be great.
Me, Rofo.
That works. That works.
And you know what?
Rofo.
He has a bit now. Now he's got a bit.
A bit.
Now, isn't there? I'm trying to think of the. Isn't the Game of Thrones guy the Frodo? Frodo. He just says one thing, and then there's the tree in another movie.
That's Groot.
Out there. That's Groot.
And then also, Mike, there's Froyo, which the kids love. They put toppings on it.
Right. And what's the one that I fed my son this morning? It was Yo
Go-Gurt?
Kid. Yo Kid.
Yo, kid.
Is that
Yo
like some
Kid.
sort of urban yogurt?
No, it's like a play on Yo Play.
Oh,
Yo
I see.
Kid.
Yo Kid.
I think it's Yo Kid. All I know is the whole time I was feeding him, I did the Stallone voice. Yay. Little Michael, have yogurt so you grow up big and strong.
Like so many kids
Yeah.
stuff. Now, is it in some sort of squirt pack?
No, it's
I
actually
hate that.
It's in the traditional little yogurt packet. You know,
Uh-huh.
those little Yo Play containers
Sure.
that you peel back the top. And the boy is eating like a maniac. He today 2 eggs, a whole banana, the entire banana, and a yogurt packet, and then he chewed on a vanilla wafer to get a little a little dessert after that. So
And
I
that's
love
just
him.
one meal?
Yeah.
How
And
does he
by the
take
way,
his eggs?
Carla fries up the egg, a very lightly fried egg,
Sure.
and then she chops it up. So it's kind of like
Fries it
not
hard?
not a scrambled egg per se. It's more like a cooked egg, and then a little yolk in there, and he that's what he digs. He's all about
Oh,
it. And
yeah.
he gets so excited. By the way, this is a kid that had that. Remember when he get his first measurements, and he had like the 90th percentile head size,
Yeah.
and his length was like in the 20th percentile, but his weight was like in the 3rd percentile. So
Yes.
he was small, and
Mhm.
well, he's now 50-50. He's 50% percentile in height and 50th percentile in length.
And that's about
in
where you
weight,
want
in weight rather.
And that's where you want him, right? Right dead center. You don't want to be an
Yeah, well,
outlier.
someday, in me, I'm in the 340th percentile in weight.
Because
And so-
if he continues to grow at an accelerated rate, drop his
Yes.
resume off when you go to Feld headquarters.
Yeah, go to Feld. Oh, we're going to Feld. I'll talk about that, and we'll talk about Oscar's trip out to Los Angeles when we come back on the Mike O'Mara Show. Everybody.
Hi, this is Carla O'Mara, and I've been doing a lot of thinking
yeah.
lately about
Where's the
Rob
stroller?
Spiewak. Rob loves a lot of things, but what he loves more than anything is having listeners fill up his bag week after week with wonderful messages. Would you be a sweetie and drop Rob a message for his bag? Send it right along to Rob at MikeO'MaraShow.com. Don't forget the 2 B's. Then every Thursday, who knows? Rob might reach into his bag and pluck out a message from Y-O-U. Please, help Rob with his bag. Because if you don't, he might ignore it, and then it'll start to stink.
Thank you, Mrs. O'Mara. I have a question.
Yeah.
I do not want to inflate anyone's head
Right.
More than it is, and she's enjoyed doing this, but I have to say, the mailbag this week was really one of the best we've ever had.
You know what?
Do you think there is any possible correlation?
Tell her that in spite of her promos, we had a fine. You know what? I applaud the
answer.
listeners. We had so much to choose from this week. So many great letters. They are stepping up, but don't let up. Don't
Yeah,
get
and
happy.
And I'll make sure you don't get happy. That's a key. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. This segment of the program brought to you by Stamps.com. Listen to these wonderful words. Quick, convenient, easy to use, nice, yes. Well, that's exactly how I describe Stamps.com. So quick, convenient, and easy to use. It'll make your mailing and shipping a breeze. Stamps.com. You can buy and print official U.S. postage for any letter or package. All you have to do is get it done. Stamps.com helps you choose the best class of mail to get your stuff delivered on time for the least amount of money. They even send you a digital scale that automatically calculates exact postage. We use Stamps.com, and we love them. Here is their offer. A wonderful one it is. Act now for a 30-day free no-risk trial and $110 bonus offer, including a free digital scale and up to $55 of free postage. Just go to Stamps.com and click on the microphone and use our secret code TMOS at Stamps.com. Stamps.com and TMOS, we thank you. Let's talk to Oscar Santana about the fact that he was winging his way out to Los Angeles last night after, what did you leave, about 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon, oh?
3:30 out of DCA.
DCA, which of course is Reagan National Airport. Well, the plane's going to do. Hey, incidentally, what was the movie that I was watching? The Butler. Did you guys ever see the movie
Lee
The Butler?
Daniels, the butler?
Strange casting in Lee Daniels' version
And
of
you
The
know
Butler.
what? I hadn't thought of it until just now. Robin Williams is in it.
What is Robin
He
Williams
plays
in?
Eisenhower, doesn't he?
Oh, that's right. Right at the very beginning of the movie. I came in late to it last night.
Did you enjoy the film? I thought it was pretty fantastic.
I liked it. I understand when you go back and you look at it, it was a little daring as far as the cameos that they cast as presidents of the United States.
Casting. Didn't you feel that?
Yeah, it's like he went the opposite of the way he should.
Right.
Where you've got Liv Schreiber as Johnson, and
Right.
then you had that British actor. I don't even remember the British actor's name, but he played Ronald Reagan.
Right.
And they were just and then you had John Cusack as Nixon. Kind of interesting casting
Do you get
choices.
the impression that John Cusack was really enjoying himself? Like maybe he didn't even charge for it?
Absolutely. Absolutely. But
Critically acclaimed, though.
Yeah. It's very critically acclaimed, but didn't get any nods from Oscar. And I'm not talking about the guy that's out in L.A. I'm talking about the statue. So tell us all about Los Angeles, Oscar Santana.
Well, I got to tell you, fellas, the flight out here was what I expected. Complete crap. The lady next to me, because I had a connection in Chicago, she boarded the plane, gave me the stink eye because I got the middle seat, and Southwest is a cattle call, and I got dealt the middle seat, so I sat next to her. As I said, "Is this seat open?" She looked at me with the big, "Oh my God, now you're gonna sit down," type of look, and then
Is
I
it
sat
festival
down.
seating? Is it festival first come first serve when you're on Southwest?
Yeah, you have to check in early to get the A or B. I got a C card, and a C card is automatic center aisle. Like
Yeah,
you just have to sit next to two people. So I got the old bag and the MMA fighter to the left of me. I figured these two are skinny enough that I could squeeze on in.
But you're lucky
And-
enough to be of slim build. Now, if Mike or I drew the ticket that gave us a center seat, people would be looking to go to another airline.
Oh, absolutely.
They would say, "Where is Amtrak leave out of this city?"
I told the story about the fact that I was on a plane and I had the window seat, and there was a young lady that was on the aisle, and there was an empty seat in back of us. And suddenly, the fattest pilot in the history of flying got on the plane, and I was watching, and there were maybe between me and the pilot, there were maybe 3 empty seats. And I began vigorously to pray.
Yeah.
And it didn't work. God did not hear my prayers, and he stopped at our aisle and then sat down in the middle seat and really next to me. It's just like going to a ball game, and it's my fault too. I'm fat, but I would have been fine on this flight. And he immediately, on the tarmac, before we even taxied out to the runway, he fell asleep.
Of course. Are you sure it didn't, Mike? Are you sure it was not eternal slumber?
Nah, he got up at the end of the flight. Oscar, it's flying is terrible, but Southwest is it's a little rough when you do that cattle
We
call,
used
right?
to, when we were going back and forth to New York so many times when we were on WNEW, before we started doing the train, I got to be something of an expert to make the middle seat look occupied. I would open a newspaper and actually like turn it to a page and fold it and set it down, sometimes lay a jacket on it, and people would come up and say, "Is this taken?" And I would say, "I think so."
I think so.
I think so. Well, I didn't want anyone sitting next to me. And believe me, it's no picnic for them either.
Well, you're talking about the train in New York, right?
No, the
And,
plane when we were still taking the
oh,
Delta
flight.
shuttle. Yeah.
Oh, the flight. I do the same thing on a train because
Yeah.
it's just, I mean, you don't want anybody next to you. So besides the flight, did the flight itself go okay? I mean, was it smooth?
Again, there's an older generation and there's cryptic, and I'm talking this lady. This lady was probably pushing 100.
And I don't
Now,
think
when you say
cryptic is the
cryptic,
word.
now hold on. Let's stop for a second, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, when you say cryptic, you're talking. Cryptic is saying
Like
something
Tales
that
from the Cryptic.
No, it's Tales from the
hold on.
Crypt.
Rob, I'll take this
All
one.
right, yeah, please, it's all you.
Cryptic is when you
Damn it.
have a word that is confusing or has double meaning or is you're not really being clear. So, for example,
What about
it's like, are you
Crypt
coming to
Keeper?
the party? If I said to you, if you said, Mike, are you coming to the party? I said, Well, I have friends that live in that area. That would be a cryptic answer. You
Yes,
see?
yeah.
But a crypt, you would say, well, she looked like she was from a crypt. How old would you estimate this woman to have been?
98, easy 98.
Wow.
Easy.
And aren't
98?
And aren't you
Yes.
listening to that radio station out there? Easy 98?
Really? Describe her to me, please.
All right, you take one of those dames that Rob always talks about passing away, and then you add a good 10 years. And because I was concerned at first because she fell asleep, and the lady came around with the bags of chips and pretzels, and she said, "Would you like some?" And she didn't respond at all. So I was like, "Oh, she's a deep sleeper, right?" And then I went back and I looked at her again after the second chip run, and she was still sleeping, but now her mouth was open.
Oh, no.
And then I said, "Oh, no, she's dead."
Oh, no. She's flatlining.
And without being too creepy, I start staring at her chest to see if it's moving,
Yeah,
if she's
you
actually
do.
breathing.
Yeah, typical move for Oscar. Stare at the
And,
chest.
and I'm like, "Oh, man, this is great for the show, but I don't want to have to deal with this lady right now." And I look back at her, and she's barely breathing. I'm talking like if there was movement,
Shallow
you
breathing.
couldn't see it. So I hit the little button for the flight attendant to come down so I could make some noise and hopefully wake her up because I wanted to know if she was dead or not. And
Did you ask the flight attendant for a refill on your water and a small hand mirror to hold under her nose?
I said, "Do you have a blanket?" Well, knowing they don't have blankets.
How about a sheet?
Sheet.
Toe
A
tag.
mirror. I need a mirror and a sheet, please.
And she said, "No, we don't have blankets." And I yelled. I said, "Do you have a blanket?" Yelling at the crypt next to me, right?
Oh, boy.
And I said, "Do you have a blanket?" And she shudders. The lady shudders, grabs her chest, and says, "Oh, my." So I knew she was alive.
I'm sorry I disturbed you, Miss Bacall. We will be at your service shortly.
I love that. Oh,
She-
my God.
She said,
That's
"Oh,
incredible.
my." And then I said, "Oh, I apologize. Would you like a blanket as well?" Just to, like, kind of play it off. But I have
Sure.
to tell you, I really thought that if there was a first alert bracelet, I'd have to push it.
Now, was she on the aisle or was she on the window?
She was on the aisle.
Oh,
She
so
was
if
on
you
the
had
aisle
to, if
center
you had to
seat.
go off and visit the bathroom, you'd have to climb over her dead, cold,
It was.
lifeless body.
I'm telling you, I love the elderly. I celebrate them. But
That's
this
a
was
lie.
this,
That is not even true.
well, in my private life, clearly.
Of course.
In your
yeah.
private life. Yeah,
When
on
you're
the
at
show.
home flying your drone and singing about how great you love the elderly.
Yes, on your on the show, anybody under the age of 40 should be euthanized. That's the way it should be.
And I was
your
really concerned.
Was the family glad to see you, Oscar? Is it? I heard the children today before the show. I know it's a house full of kids. Is this the Luca family? This is the little Luca?
Yes, it's
He's a
Luca,
cute
Luca and
little guy.
Sophia. Luca
He's
and
got
Sophia.
he's grown up a little bit, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's a little bigger. He's still the same kid, though. And you know what's strange? For the first time in my life, I felt like I was so happy I got the chance to come out here because they're going to get to an age soon that it's not cool Uncle Oscar anymore. They're just going to be like, "Oh, he's in town." So I have to take advantage of this. Like, I felt like these may be the last few years where it's still cool for me to hang out with them.
Actually, it might end during this trip, so enjoy it.
So the family welcomed you, and what time did you get into L.A. last night?
8:30. LAX is abysmal. I don't know why people continue to fly into that airport. You should go into
It is,
Burbank.
in my opinion, of all the airports I've flown into, I would rate LAX as my least favorite. It is the largest, stinkiest airport. It's so sprawling and it's so unpleasant to be there. I do not care for that.
What are the
airport.
other- what are the
Smaller
other
the better.
options
That's the
out
way
there,
I judge airports by their size. Southwest
True.
Florida. By the way, let me give a little shout out to Southwest Florida. Yesterday, survey, the best cell phone service of any airport in the United States. How about that? Huh? Give a little nod to my local airport.
Sadly,
here,
though,
Rebecca.
most of those 911 calls are to doctors saying, "Hey, he's not breathing. We need
Right.
some help at the airport." What are the
Yeah,
other options if you fly into Los Angeles, though?
I insisted on flying into Burbank, but my sister gave me all this gruff about flying into Burbank because it was further away from their home.
Guff.
Oh,
She gave
my
you Guff.
God.
She gave you Guff. Well, you've had a
Damn
long
it.
flight, and it's early out there in Los Angeles today,
That's
so it's
no
Guff.
excuse.
Guff, and
Big
don't be
dummy.
cryptic with your Guff.
No.
Anyway, this is true.
So, no.
You know.
So it was LAX. Burbank is the airport, Rob.
Oh,
Burbank
okay,
is
that's the
airport.
one to fly into, right? Isn't there a
Yes.
Bob Hope Airport as well?
I think that's the Burbank one.
Ah, that's where you
I think
should
Bob
fly.
Hope
Yeah.
Airport is the Burbank airport.
Yeah.
We'll take a break, and we're going to ask Oscar about what his plans are, see if he got any of the free time, if you know what I mean, to see the family. We'll take a break. Come right back. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. This segment of the program is brought to you by Sleep Number Beds. I love Sleep Number Beds so much that I am buying another one. I'm buying another Sleep Number
look at
bed.
you.
I am going to be buying another Sleep Number because I love it, and I'm going to be taking it with me wherever I go on my back. That's how much I love it. That's right. So glad to be back in my home base in Florida. Things are back to normal and back on schedule. For example, in Maine, the king was getting up at 5 a.m. Every morning it was murder, especially since I was without my Sleep Number bed. I was sleeping in a bed from the 1800s.
Yep.
I am not exaggerating. And also the sound that bed was making was indicating that it might just collapse. It's hard enough to fall asleep without my Sleep Number bed, but then you throw out the odd sleeping hours and never stood a chance. Now baby Michael is adjusted. I can sleep anytime in perfect comfort. I fall asleep faster, sleep better, and wake up feeling like $1,000,000. My Sleep Number is an 80. Carlos is an 85. What's yours? What do you say? You can't afford a Sleep Number bed? Oh, come on now. You can. You can. And you can't afford another lousy night of sleep. You got to check out the Dual Air technology and Sleep IQ technology. You'll wonder how you slept without it. Besides, this Labor Day, Sleep Number stores have all beds on sale during the biggest sale of the year, and that is the reason why I am buying another Sleep Number bed,
Attaboy.
because they have the big Labor Day sale going on. Remember my Sleep Number setting 80, Carla's 85. Only one place in the world to find the Sleep Number bed with Sleep IQ technology, a Sleep Number store. Right now, during the biggest sale of the year, all beds are on sale. Save 50% on the Labor Day limited edition bed. No better sleep. Find your Sleep Number setting today at any of the 450 Sleep Number stores nationwide. Find one near you by calling 800-511-0061. That number again is 800-511-0061. Don't forget to tell them that Mike O'Mara sent you. So the big news is Oscar is broadcasting live from La La Land today, and I know you're into the family. It's good to have a little family time, but I know when you get out to L.A., you want to make L.A. your lady, Oscar. So
Yes.
what are the plans? What are you going to be doing?
All right. There's a little wrinkle, a big wrinkle
Oh,
in
dear.
in my trip situation. So what I didn't know is that my brother and sister-in-law are flying in tomorrow as well.
Is this the Boston family?
Yes.
Ah.
Wow, this is a whole
yeah.
big family reunion this has turned into.
Yeah.
Yes, but the show goes on, Mike, as they don't know, but I've already scheduled an appearance at the Sunset Trocadero on Saturday night.
Yeah, it'll Mike
At
the
6
Rob,
p.m.
Rob, we got to get some music for it. Rob, he's doing a meet and greet. We need this. Yes, there you go.
And what's great, Mike, when you do the appearance at the Sunset Trocadero, the fun starts at 1938 because that's what it sounds like. He's in pre-war Los Angeles. Where's the Trocadero?
The Sunset Trocadero. My
It's
God.
right at Sunset Boulevard. You can't miss it. I'll be there at 6 p.m. Maybe alone, maybe with a disgruntled family in tow. But it's this Saturday. You can Google it. You can't miss it. It's a nice little quaint bar. I've been there before. I can commit a solid hour and a half. Maybe
An hour
longer.
and a half. 90 minutes
Yes.
of Oscar Santana. And then when are you
Yes.
flying back on Sunday?
I'm flying back Monday, so you'll have me here Monday morning as well.
Oh, you're going to be doing Monday morning. I didn't know that was coming.
I didn't either
expect
until I
that
looked at
was-
my I-10. I said, "Oh, that's weird. That says Monday."
Yeah.
Are you going to be broadcasting Monday?
Yes, I'll do the show Monday, and then my flight's at 1:30.
When you planned this, did you allow for the time difference? Is that how you misplaced an entire day?
I think I was pretty hammered when I actually booked the flight, to be completely honest.
Yes.
So that's probably what happened.
Mike, the
So-
Sunset Trocadero is at 8280 Sunset Boulevard, West Hollywood, California.
Well, that's it. So that's answering the question. Now, I know you're going out with one of your radio buddies and your old program director. Are you going to be getting the free pass for a night of debauchery, or are you going to have to, because of the meet and greet, are you going to have to sacrifice the gathering with the family?
Well, I'm going to be able to meet those individuals, but this is what's going on here. There is micromanagement of the talent in this household where my sister asked me, what time do you have this meeting? What time do you have that? And I gave her a tentative schedule with a bunch of like big gaps of time. She said, well, what about the kids? They want to hang out with you. So I have to, to be fair, I'm probably going to get into a lot of trouble for this Saturday event, but I can't let the fans down, Mike. You know how I love the listeners.
Yes,
Do you
of course.
think that
And
your
the
other
senior citizens?
Do you think your brother's family is going to pick up the slack a little bit? That'll ease the pressure on you just a little bit?
No, because we travel like the mob. They want to go everywhere together. Hold on. My sister just walked in. I can't wait to hang out with the whole family all week. I've been really looking forward to this.
Mike, since she can't hear us, let me offer this. I think what's going to happen is the extra family members being there is going to make it more intense because now they're all there and they're all going to have to get into one Toyota Corolla and drive around the city.
Can we speak to your sister? Is that possible?
No, she just walked out of the door. She doesn't look too happy.
I heard some
Mind
of the
you-
micromanaging this morning, Mike, as a matter of fact, when we were setting up. I got to speak to Luca, and is it Sophia?
Sophia, yes.
Yeah, the beautiful children, and then in the
How
background.
are the digs? A nice house?
Yeah, they're gorgeous. You actually drive through the Bel Air gates that you see on television and in movies all the time, which is really strange. And then as you drive up, you realize that you're getting higher and higher. I'm actually staring at, I guess, the Sunset Boulevard from their home, and on the left is a wonderful swimming pool that I'll be taking a dip in a little later.
So if you were going to get to the Strip, how long would it take you by car to drive to get right to the Strip? Are they in the thick of things there?
Yes, they are. I'm looking at the mileage here. They are 3 miles from the Strip. So
Oh, my
Mike,
God, you're in
right
heaven.
there.
Oh, my God.
How soon before you can get out there? Your mind is so clear to read right now. It's like a cartoon. Like I can see inside your brain, and I can
love
see
LA.
gears moving. I know.
I love that part of L.A. I love the Sunset Boulevard. I love West Hollywood.
I'm
I
actually, without giving their coordinates away, I'm looking at. I was wondering how I was able to check into Bel Air Country Club from their home.
Right.
It's right in back of their house. I didn't realize that.
The
They
Bel Air
actually-
Country Club.
I
where-
could actually walk onto the lawn.
I
or the
believe where
greens.
Jack Nicholson has prowled the fairways many, many times.
Oh, I'm sure
I think
many
he's done
Hollywood
that.
stars. Big shots, Mike. A lot of big shots at that country
Hey,
club.
baby,
A lot
look
of-
up. What is it? Fromo?
No,
What is his name?
Rofo.
Frodo. It's
Rofo?
Frodo.
No, it's Rofo because remember, R-O for Rob, F-O for Ford.
Hey, Rofo.
Yes.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
working.
You know now, and Rob knows this. You know now, I'll never get it. You know I will never get it if I didn't get it.
Sorry.
Rofo, look up Bel Air, Wiki Bel Air Country Club. I want to find out all about where Oscar's been. Because if I'm not mistaken, the Bel Air Country Club has I love using this, a storied history.
Now that's
A
not where
storied history.
that's not the real old school club. The old school club is in Toluca Lake. And that's where the old
Oh,
school
who
Hollywood.
cares about
I'm
old
just
school,
telling. I'm
you
telling
jerk.
you, you're a jerk. I'm not
Rob
the one
said it
who's
more.
talking about going into the pool in 10 minutes or anything. I'm just saying I think we mustn't confuse the two clubs. Bel Air, I
Sounds
think,
old.
God
It
forbid.
sounds old. But what is the club called you're talking about?
I think it is Toluca Lake Golf Club, isn't it?
Well, there's Riviera too. There's Riviera. That's the old one. They played a lot of tournaments in. But the Bel Air Country Club, I would assume that sounds like old Los Angeles.
I
doesn't
think it is also. I think that is the hottest one still. I think that's the one that has the most cachet.
Well,
Rofo,
they're not
come on, snap to it. What do you got for us?
They're not members. They just clearly live.
Well, you
They're
can sneak
registered.
on, sure.
Right.
They're
All right. You know.
Take your time, you hump. Come
All
on.
right.
He's the
I'll
only
hump
one
along.
that's in the room, and he's the one with the delay.
Yeah, read along, my friend.
Here we go. We're getting up to it right now. Los
All
Angeles.
right, he's reading. He's looking up Bel Air Country Club.
I mean, I'm finding history pages, but they're not that interesting. If you want me to read them, I can, but
No,
it'll
thank
railroad
you.
the
Thank you
show.
very
Yeah,
much.
sure.
Okay, thank you very much.
Too late. Too
You know
late.
what?
Thanks.
Hey,
thanks.
I like that courage, though. I like that courage that he didn't weigh us down and start reading and let us correct. He made the editorial decision himself. I think that was a good thing to do. I give him credit.
Either
for
that, Mike, or in the last 10 minutes, his computer is out of battery, and he was just staring at a blank screen.
Hey,
All right, well,
Damn it, he found me out.
so Oscar, have we gotten enough with? So have you anything else that you need to add for Los
it's the
Angeles?
Sunset Trocadero this Saturday, 6 p.m.
All right.
And
Sunset.
hold on. My sister just walked in. Yeah, and we'll be doing so others may eat there. So bring a canned good so we can spread the goodwill.
So you just did that for her benefit, didn't you?
Yeah, she just walked out of the room. Thank
You
God.
are really protecting
Jesus.
her. That is so fantastic. So others may eat the benefit of it. Reminds me of my own family. I'm a little bottom feeder, but I don't want my family to know. I don't want my family to know that I'm a bottom feeder. Yes, sir. Yes, so others might eat. And those others are Rob and Mike.
That's right.
Those are the ones that might
Exactly
eat.
right. I think you should bring the family to the troc, as they call it out there.
I don't think that's gonna work.
90 minutes is good. It shows that you're being responsible, and
Right.
but that 90 minutes could turn into 8 hours. I know it. It's possible.
Yeah,
anything's
Saturday
possible.
night he might not make that Monday flight because he's busy
That's
at the troc.
Now let me ask this. Now this is where you're in real trouble.
Right.
If you're doing this Saturday night, Oscar, please tell me you're not planning a night out on Friday.
No. It's family time until Saturday night. Family
Okay,
time
good for
till
you.
Saturday
All right, you're a
night.
good boy. I think you're fine. You'll get the free pass. That means there is also look. I just know the source. Okay,
Yeah.
that means that there is a small chance of perhaps a very hungover Oscar on Monday because he does Sunday night out.
That's true. And he's going to have to play catch up. What is the family time going to entail? What do you suppose you'll go out, or will you stay home and play word games? What will happen?
I think they want to show us around because this is their first couple months here. So they love showing people what they've discovered, which is nice. Usually when you go somewhere and someone's been there for a while, you don't see anything. So that it should be interesting.
When are you going to get to Legoland?
No Legoland.
What?
Apparently that got the.
Hey, I've got a
got-
tip. If you're going out
Yeah.
with a family, if you're planning on any dining out, let me give you a tip here. Have the Cobb salad at the Brown Derby. But listen, don't go to the Beverly Hills Hotel because that guy, I was reading an article about that guy, the owner, the Sultan of Brunei owns the Beverly, I think it's the Beverly Hills Hotel.
Hold it.
And he
The
is-
Sultan of Brunei.
The Sultan of Brunei owns the Beverly Hills Hotel, and I believe the Sultan of Brunei has issued an edict where he wants Sharia law practiced in Brunei. So he's a bad guy, and Ellen DeGeneres told me to boycott his hotel.
Outstanding.
I'm out as well, Mike. I stand by you and Ellen.
There you go.
Proudly.
Well done.
Ever so proud.
All right, moving right along. Before we break here, I want to ask you guys about the Ice Bucket Challenge for ALS.
Yes, I did not get a chance to do it yesterday. Julia did it yesterday. I will do it
Yes.
as soon as I get home today from work. And I actually have been freezing extra ice to make my water extra cold.
Really? So
Yes.
you're making it extra cold?
I'm going to actually let each of my children dump water on my head tonight.
Really?
Mhm.
Did you see Michael
Oh.
Holstein? Did you see Michael Holstein's Ice Bucket Challenge?
No.
Not
Michael
yet.
Holstein was doing it at the beach, and I'm here to bust him out. There was no ice in that water. It was beach water, and it was
Oh
hot.
no!
And that is the Ice Bucket Challenge, Holstein.
So
look it up. Oscar, you're a friend of his. You should look it up. You should look up Holstein's Ice Bucket Challenge, and you tell me if you think he really did that. And
I'm
I
looking right
believe
now.
What it is,
Looking right
Mike,
now.
it was Michael Holstein's Afternoon at the Spa Challenge, in
Oh,
which
God.
you're in the warm sun and they pour heated salt water over your face.
Before things started, I always thought Michael Holstein was an attractive man with clothes on. But when you see him in a bathing suit, that is a whole different level of attractiveness. as far as
Question,
I'm
I didn't get a chance to see his Ice Bucket Challenge. When he dumped water over his head, did his lips stay dry?
Actually, he said he was going to do it and then never did.
Oh, how about
Oh, that's terrible.
that?
That's terrible.
He's going to rework it, Mike, and come back with a new attack.
Did you
on
see it, Oscar? Have you seen
I'm
it
watching
yet?
it right now. Oh, this is cheap.
Right?
This is. And
Did
you can
you-
see.
am
You
I
can
right?
see
There's-
you can see the seaweed and surf in
Yes!
that bucket.
Oh,
It's
so he
beach
just
water.
did a bucket of beach
It's
water?
a beach.
Yes.
It's a bucket of beach water.
He just wanted to show off his birdcage physique.
Yeah. In a way, what he did, Mike, he's promoting the disease and not the cure. So I say, Michael Holstein, you do it again. You do it with ice, and maybe even put in some fruit flavored syrup so it's sticky.
All right, so I challenged Rob and Pony and Oscar. So what's the deal, Oscar? Are we going to see you doing ice? Does the family have a pool?
They do have a pool.
So see, it'd be perfect to go out there and just take care of the ice bucket challenge.
Or do it at the Troc.
I will take care of it on this trip.
Okay, very good.
Do you know who
And,
you're going to challenge yet?
Oh yeah, I'm. It's all taken care of.
Really?
Yes.
Pony Boy, what about you? What's the deal with you?
Mike, you inspired me so much yesterday. Today I'm going to buy a bucket and ice cubes and water and pour them all on myself.
You don't have any friends to pour it on?
Well, I might get my neighbors to do
Incidentally,
Of course,
technically,
the neighbors.
did I not do the ice bucket challenge yesterday before the show?
You did.
You did.
So technically, the 24-hour window has passed. Technically, you guys are screwed because you've all waited
I was
too
never
long
told
to
there
do it.
was a 24-hour window.
Ford, Rofo, you were in it.
Hey,
It was clearly stated in the post, and there was a tag, and everybody is very capable Facebook users in this room.
Isn't the standard for the ice bucket challenge that you have to do it within 24 hours?
Yes, it is.
I thought that's what it is. Yeah, it is, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So what do you think,
Well,
fellas?
then I've failed.
Yeah.
Once again.
Yeah, you had a big to do. You're like, I'm doing it with Julie and Robert today.
Yeah.
And you ran out of the studio. What happened, man?
Had to record Cake and Cookies, had a couple things to take care of, and just didn't get around to doing it. My apologies. I
You
did
don't
not
care
realize-
about charity? You don't care about ALS?
Don't do no.
Hold
not
on,
at
he's
all.
giving you crap. He didn't do it either.
No, let him
I
get
was
it
on
out.
a plane.
Let him
I
get
was on a
it-
plane.
It doesn't matter. You
Mike-
should have done it in the airport lobby.
Let him get it out of his system.
Well,
Perhaps it's
anyway.
best.
Oh, you know what? If you guys say you're going to do it, Oscar's going to do it out in Los Angeles, and you're going to do it today, I'll give you guys the pass.
Very
But
cool.
But you have to make
yeah.
the donation anyway.
Yes,
And
of course.
And
Oh,
we're all going to do that.
That's right.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That's right. Can we find the link on where you donate and the best way to do it? I
Mike,
guess
do you
just
want
go
me to take care
ALS.
of it? I can take care of it, Mike.
Take care of the donations because we all need to donate.
300,
That's
right?
great.
300.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right.
But it didn't count. All right. So moving right along, I want to just say this: Oscar wants me to go see Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm hard pressed. I'm really, really hard pressed to go see that, based on the fact that I just wish there were more options for me. And I'm here to make an announcement. I believe that the summertime movies have passed me by. I believe now it seems like every summer we have Kaboom Kaboom, CGI Fest, and we don't have any stories. And I'd like to hear some stories.
What's the
I
last?
really would.
And you really then in that case you're sort of blocking out the whole idea of a blockbuster.
Yes.
So what is the last summertime movie that you really felt invested in?
The Bridge Over the River Kwai.
Oh, that's an excellent film. I know
That
you
was
love
a
Alec
wonderful
Guinness.
summertime romp. It was great.
And
William
it told
Holden.
a story, Mike. What happened to the story?
Right. Incidentally, if you're not familiar with The Bridge Over the River Kwai, it starred the late Alec Guinness and the late William Holden and the late everybody that was associated with the movie.
But the good thing about the movie, it was so long, Mike, everybody could be late, and you could still watch a lot of the movie.
Have you ever heard my Alec Guinness from The Bridge Over the River Kwai?
I have
The
not.
very-
No.
The very ending scene?
No,
Or
but
I have
would
to
you
be
do a
little-
little favor us with
You
it?
have to have kind of a... My God, what have I done? There it is. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yes. My God. What
Did he
have I
drop his bagel face down?
No, he's fine.
No, at the end of the movie, have you ever seen The Bridge Over the River Kwai, Oscar?
No, not a chance.
You know, I'm not one for the elderly movies, but I will tell you this: that
It's not
that is-
elderly. It's
that
just
is
an
a movie.
older film.
Now don't get so damn
1957.
sensitive. 1957, 2 years before I was born. That's how old this is.
Wow.
And it is a movie, a great war movie, and really, in today's parlance, you would say the movie is pretty much about the Stockholm Syndrome, about a British officer that's taken prisoner with all his troops, starts building a bridge. William Holden is sent in as an American commando to blow up the bridge, and the character of Alec Guinness, the British officer, takes it so personally and such pride in building the bridge that he almost screws up the whole sabotage sabotage mission, and it's a very, very terrific movie. And I think it might have won a couple of Academy Awards.
And the song that everyone knows is from it.
You know this song, right, Oscar?
Oh, I know this song. Yeah, this is great.
This is Bridge Over the River Kwai when they're all marching, and man, what a movie! Absolutely,
I thought this was
holds
from
up.
Tiny Toons.
No, it's called the Colonel Bogey March. And Oscar, you actually know who Alec Guinness is, even if you don't claim to know. He's Obi-Wan Ben Kenobi.
Oh, wow, Obi. Nice.
My God, what have I done? As a matter of fact, that line, "My God, what have I done?"
Yes.
That's exactly what I say before the podcast every day. Too. We will take a break. We are live from D.C., Fort Myers, and Los Angeles, and we'll have more news you may not need coming up on the Mike O'Mara Show.
Hey there, this is Katie with a very hateful promo for the Cake and Cookie Show. I hate voicing promos and recording a show with Rob. You would too if you had this squeaky little voice. We have no fun, no cake, and certainly no cookies. Just kidding. We have a blast, and you will too. It's available every Wednesday at MikeO'MaraShow.com. It's Cake and Cookies, a proud part of More Broadcasting.
That's Katie. How many beers did you guys drink during the show yesterday?
We just had a couple each, and actually, you know what we had last night because we were low on beer? We had Mike's Hard Lemonade.
Ooh!
It was
buzzy,
delicious.
buzzy.
It's like soda pop.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show, brought to you by Open Mic, from corporate radio to new media. Just a kindly reminder that our book, Open Mic, is still available. It's still great. It's the true story of the Mike O'Mara Show and how it evolved from terrestrial radio to the popular podcast that you are listening to right now.
Right now.
The story is told by the people who lived it, Mike O'Mara, Oscar Santana, and Rob, as well as interviews with dozens of other members of the cognoscenti, as told to the wonderful author Michael Kelly, the wonderful author and graph maker Michael Kelly. It's available in paperback or for your Kindle at Amazon.com, or just click the link at MikeO'MaraShow.com. The book is a tale of reinvention, recalculation, and rebirth. If life has ever had you up against the wall, you'll appreciate this story. The perfect book if you love TMOS, and since it's birthday season, well, we're almost out of birthday season now.
When is it? Does it end at Labor Day?
How about a nice back-to-school gift for the loved one in your family?
Yes.
Open Mic, available at Amazon in paperback or for your Kindle. Please buy one of each, everybody.
Across the nation, looking through your neighbor's window. The Mike O'Mara Show now presents News You May Not Need. A comprehensive look at the stories you may or may not be talking about during your daily activity. And now, News You May Not Need.
Robin Williams' daughter has abandoned her online social media accounts in disgust, following what she called cruel and unnecessary messages following her father's death. A move that has prompted Twitter to explore how it handles such situations. This is the anonymity of the internet. We've been the victims of it. I have personally for my entire career, and I know how it feels, and it feels like crap. And when you have people photoshopping, I don't care if it makes them feel good when I tell this, when they put up painful photoshops of loved ones, it sucks. Zelda Williams, 25, wrote that she was stepping away from her Twitter, Tumblr, and Instagram accounts for a good long time, maybe forever. So for the people that are out there, you're never going to get caught. Nothing's ever going to happen to you. And the only thing I would say to Zelda Williams is these people are, even with the magnitude of the tragedy you're experiencing right now, these people are so much more unhappy than you are. You can't even imagine it. And that's why they do what they do, because they are miserable and they are unhappy and they are despicable human beings. And a word that's been bandied about, by pundits talking about suicide, but this is where it really applies. These people that do this are cowards with a capital C.
So true.
They have no spine. So anyway, I'm so sorry that they did that for her. You were going to say something, Rob?
Yes, it's so evil and sad what these people do. Do you think in their own twisted way they see this as a victory, that they got her to stop? Or, I mean, how do you even start to understand their mind?
I don't try to understand them. I just know that they are not happy, and that's why they do this.
Right.
And we have a culture that has glorified some of this behavior. This is the TMZ culture.
Yep.
And they are responsible for a lot of it. The people that do TMZ, you see the sheer joy at talking about how other celebrities have screwed up. And if you look at it, I urge anybody, watch TMZ someday. Take a good look at it. You'll see a newsroom with Harvey Levin with his whatever latte or frap that
his
he's
water
enjoying,
cup,
with his little youthful look, with his little straw. And then they'll go to the different kids in the room. They're all having a really, really, really good time, and they're laughing at the misfortunes of all the celebrities. Take a really, really close look at all of them. Their eyes shift a lot. They're extraordinarily uncomfortable, and they are, most of them, very, very unhappy people. They really are. In order to thrive in that environment, even if you're somebody who was a good person before you went into that environment, you'll see the same type of thing. They're not happy people.
Yeah.
They're not. And the people that do this are not happy people. And the people that are happy are like Jimmy Fallon, who gives a very tearful tribute to Robin Williams and did a magnificent job along with about 20 other fabulous comedians. And those are the people that I think I want to pay attention to. A celebration of Robin Williams' life is already in the works for this month's Primetime Emmys telecast. Producer Don Mischer tells TV Guide magazine. Williams' death announced on Monday came just 2 weeks before the 66th award show. And this is the quote: "With the tragic loss of Robin, we're trying to deal with that and figure out what to do in the right, appropriate, and meaningful way. It's about what we can do to properly remember Robin and create perhaps an emotional moment about Robin, knowing all that he did for all of us who love entertainment and love comedy. I wish you, Mr. Mischer, very, very tremendous success with that, and I look forward to it. I hope it's a wonderful evening for Robin Williams and his family."
I think maybe their best play might to let material speak for itself.
Yeah, you know, and thanks for the feedback from everybody. We sure enjoyed doing that show for you yesterday. It was so much fun going back and listening to the old clips of Robin Williams, and I think that would do it for me. I'm still a little taken aback this week. I'm still haven't been amazing. It's a celebrity, and I say to myself, why? But it is, and a lot of people are being affected as well. Pennsylvania Governor Tom Corbett and other politicians have signed a statement calling on the Discovery Channel to drop the series Amish Mafia. Have you guys watched any of Amish Mafia at all?
I've read about it, but I've never seen it.
I've seen it. It's a lot of fun. it's certainly interesting.
Really, it's fun.
Because it's your real world problems with an Amish twist.
Real world problems with an Amish twist.
And Mike, if you go to the Trocadero this Saturday night, they'll be doing the Amish twist.
The statement says Amish Mafia is a bigoted portrayal of the religious sect and misrepresents the Amish in Pennsylvania's Lancaster County as a crime-ridden culture. See, I hate it. This is one where, boy, I might want to look in. The statement is signed by 18 elected officials, including congressmen, state senators, state representatives, and Lancaster's mayor. Pennsylvania's 2 U.S. senators signed a similar statement. The campaign against Amish Mafia is being organized by a Lancaster-based group called Respect Amish.
Now, you dealt with the Amish?
Oh, yes, I did. Yeah,
they deal largely in cash.
Oh, and they were tough business people. I did radio spots for the Pennsylvania Dutch Farmers Market down on the Eastern Shore, and I was like, I'd drive up in my little sports car and go, "Hey, babe, got your commercial all done." That's back in the days. Believe it or not, this is how old I am. When you did a spec spot and you brought it out to them on a cassette to listen to.
How did they listen to it?
Justin Bieber reached a deal in his Miami DUI case that'll keep him out of jail yesterday. And the best news is that he has to take a 12-hour anger management course. You think 12 hours is going to fix this kid's attitude?
You know what? Not even if it was 12 hours in a row.
He also has to meet people who've been affected by drunk drivers, make a $50,000 charitable donation, and pay fines. Will this debrat him? I don't think it will.
No, not a bit.
All right. Let me see. I've got this. I think you're going to love this one right here. This is really, really terrific story.
All right.
Anytime the media refers to something as a new craze,
yes,
I'm always a little bit skeptical, especially when said craze sounds like an urban legend. So when the newspaper reported that a revolting new craze is sweeping various vacation resorts where rowdy teens, students, and boozed-up Brits are deliberately pooping in swimming pools.
Oh, Mike.
Despite the fact that this act of fecal terrorism has been given a name, logging, we're still holding out hope that it's something that happened once or twice and was blown out of proportion.
Sure.
Unfortunately, logging has happened often enough at the Egyptian resort Holiday Village Red Sea that the management had to create a policy issuing heavy fines as well as an eviction to pool poopers. And it is no small fine. Anyone caught soiling the pool will have to pay the equivalent of about 2,000 American dollars. This is the letter, I have it right here,
Good.
that an actual grown-up had to write to the pool patron.
An actual
I got to
grown-up?
look on my computer. Dear guests, there have been numerous instances of excrement being found in the pools lately. We understand that accidents can happen, but the frequency of this suggests that it is no longer accidental. As a consequence, all guests are being massively inconvenienced for several hours during pool closure, while the hotel adds additional chemicals to the pool and backwash. The hotel is monitoring the situation. However, we ask for your vigilance. Should you see anyone acting suspiciously, please do not hesitate to contact a member of the First Choice or hotel staff. And then they go on with all the details.
Oscar, that is not okay.
That is not okay.
You know, we haven't seen anyone do any logging since we saw Timbertina.
Who wants to get in the pool with her? And now a little something. Make sure to never piss your roommates off. Piss, I should say.
Yes.
Make sure you never piss your roommates off enough to get yourself murdered. A college student accused of killing his roommate asked Siri for advice on hiding a body the day the man went missing.
Oh, no.
This is according to the police. Pedro Bravo, 20, stands accused of kidnapping and strangling his friend Christian Aguilar. He was 18 on September in 2012 when they shared a room at the University of Florida.
Of course.
Oh, dear. The murder trial was held yesterday, and Bravo was charged with murder on Friday, the 28th of September. His friend's body was not found until weeks later when hunters stumbled across it. Evidence collected from his iPhone, this is Bravo's iPhone, also includes records of him using the phone's flashlight function 9 times from 11:31 to 12:01. So when you use the flashlight function, they can tell.
Oh,
they can
wow.
tell when you have that flashlight app. They can tell.
You
Oh,
better
I
clear
can't
your
do things.
SIM card, Pedro Bravo.
Wow. Police have said Bravo was using the phone's flashlight function to hide the body in the woods. So be careful what you ask Siri when police were asked who could be so dumb. The only thing they said was, only by Bravo. We'll take a break, come back with the audio vault and Rob Spiewak. This is the Mike O'Mara Show, everybody.
I got a letter from Kirk from Spokane who asks, how do you make Omeracast? Well, you start with 5 free Mike O'Mara shows. Add a dash of bonus show because 5 just ain't enough. Then squeeze it through some Robin Show low bandwidth on top of cake and cookies in the shape of It's Mickey Aliens. Bake until Tech 101 is done talking about Apple, usually the whole show. And don't forget, top it off with Kraft Baby Marshmallows. Share it with friends every Monday on iTunes and MikeO'MaraShow.com. Another spectacular dish from More Broadcasting.
You know what? Serta sets the standard, doesn't he?
He
Serta
does.
sets the standard for these promos. I'm
He's
very
killing
happy
it.
with those. Oh, why did I hit that? Anyway, welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show, brought to you by our Amazon page. Well, you can tell it's back to school time. The kids are excited. There's a taste of fall in the air. All the teachers back from rehab. Yes, Amazon. Amazon's got backpacks, textbooks, clothes, shoes, spray paints, aquarium paraphernalia, pom-poms, Rubik's Cubes, lighters for the cool kids.
Right.
Brass knuckles for the tough kids. Fabulous scarves, self-help books for the nerdiest dweeb in the class of 2015. They've got it all plus Tang. MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon. Check it out today. It's the #1 way to support the show. Just go to our little page and click on Amazon, and that'll take you right there, and then we get the credit. It is that easy. Without further ado, let's open up the audio vault for Thursday, Aug 14, 2014.
I hate the phrase perfect storm, Mike, but when things come together for Mike O'Mara, that's when I get excited. For what do you love more than quality music and the NFL? I mean, when they come together and they make it about fantasy football, here's a little rap about fantasy football by 2 great aspiring artists.
Should I have my explosives ready, just out of curiosity?
I think you might want to. This is
Very good.
2 little boys named Peyton and Eli doing a rap about fantasy football. They sound great.
There's a fantasy channel that you gotta see. It's like a fantasy.
Thank you.
How dare you.
Is that the Manning brothers again?
It is, yeah, because they've sold their soul to DirecTV, and they're doing the fantasy football channel.
You know, of course, I'll be softer on Eli if he manages to get them back to the Super Bowl. But, you know, enough with the Mannings. Don't they have enough money?
They don't have enough
really,
money.
Don't they have
No.
enough money?
No, they don't.
Honest to God. What, I mean,
Maybe
really?
they like the work.
No, yeah, Mike, respect the artist, like Oscar said.
Yeah, play it again. Maybe they do like the work. Play it again.
There's a fantasy channel.
Thank you very much. Yes.
Well, you know, the reason why they don't have all the money, Mike, is Archie blew it all on Blow.
Yeah, when he was with the Saints.
Yeah, they need
Yeah,
it.
the Big Easy, baby. Come on, who that? Who that? Who that snorting that blow?
Mike, this is a happy story that will really appeal to you as the dialectician that you are. In Scotland, there's two guys, Willie Sibbald and Rab Layden. They made an agreement years ago. They both worked together. And if one of them won the lottery, they would retire together. They'd take care of each other. And I think that's very nice. The only problem is when they were interviewed on the Scottish TV station, I can't understand a damn thing they're saying.
I says, it was me. No, I said, Ram, go to the yard. You get and run through with my brother. You bring him in and out. And we can tell him in the worky. And that's when he found it Monday afternoon,
I thought it was weighing me up. Seriously, and then he told me, I won 7.1 million. I couldn't believe it, but I still didn't finish the kitchen, so I was there, but at least I looked after the client. So. And we went round the yard, 2:30, by 2:45, the teachers had retired.
I got nothing. Jesus.
The guy, he says he's got to do something there, and he'll not change his mind, and he'll not change it for anybody. It's just a trust we've got between us, and that was never in doubt, so.
Couple of Scotland tickets. Speaking
I watched it with my head cocked like Linus. I couldn't figure out a damn thing. I had to
they
read
will
the
never take our freedom.
By the way, one is a painter, one is an interior decorator. And now you know.
And they're obviously not doing this for broadcast. They're having a private conversation.
No, they were interviewed. This is the interview that aired.
God.
Yes.
Whoa, I got a turtle head poking out.
Now, this we talked about how you're still a little off balance from the passing of Robin Williams. Great stories keep coming out, and I like the stories that wouldn't have come out if he had still been alive, because he's not sort of blowing his own horn here.
Not a self-promotion machine. I mean, he doesn't need to be.
I love the Make-A-Wish Foundation. It's a great, great outfit. And this girl named Jessica Cole, her wish was to meet Robin Williams, but by the time he got the wish, she was too sick to travel. When he found out about this, Robin Williams chartered a plane on his own money and flew out and spent the day with this girl. She has since passed, but this is her father telling the story of the visit. And if this doesn't make you love the man, I don't know what will.
The original plan was for Jessica to fly to California to be on set with Williams, but she was too weak to make the journey.
His office called and said that he was coming the next day.
Instead, Williams chartered a plane and made a secret visit to Greensboro.
First really didn't even recognize him, and he started doing his Mrs. Doubtfire routine, and which, she immediately recognized.
The two spent the day playing cards and watching football.
And he laughed, and he acted like he'd known her forever. He was, a lot of fun to be with. Robin Williams had a very positive impact on their life, and in some way made their life better. And he definitely made mine better. I'm saddened that he's gone. I mean, I think the world lost a great person with him. Well, I know she'd be sad, because she sure did think a lot of him.
And the only reason he left the next day was because he found out about the passing of Christopher Reeve, and he flew back out to Hollywood to attend to that. Pretty amazing story.
Wow, that's he gave a lot. He maybe too much. You never know. It's very, very sad, and a lot of people are really affected still by this. I'm very surprised. I get bummed when I hear it. I really do.
I do too, but I wanted to share that story. I really like that. There is a clip of a young kid on YouTube. I think this runs 8 seconds, and Oscar, you might like this because you're hanging with some youngsters out there. This kid has a question he wants to ask, but he just can't find the words, Mike.
Have you ever had a dream that you want him to do you so much you could do anything?
I agree. I'd like to introduce that kid to the Scottish guys. I think that might be nice. And did you hear about this kid in Walmart? 14-year-old kid lived in Walmart for 4 days straight, and no one knew about it.
A 14-year-old Texas boy lived in a Walmart for 4 days. 4 days before he was discovered. Yeah. Employees got suspicious when they noticed something in a Walmart that was made in America.
Yeah. That's your Magic Audio Vault. Have a great Thursday, everybody.
This concludes our broadcast day, but dry your eyes. It's not goodbye, just so long. You can always write us a letter. Send it to TMOS, P.O. Box 2796, Leesburg, Virginia, 201 And you can email all technical queries to ponyboy at MikeO'MaraShow.com. If you'd like to be a part of the legendarily popular Thursday mailbag segment, drop a line to the Jolly One, Rob at MikeO'MaraShow.com. And remember, the official TMOS e-voice line remains 800-440-8167. Open all the time, no waiting. For Rob Spiewak and Oscar Santana, this is Mike O'Mara saying, see you next time, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Woo! Ciao, ciao.
Hi, this is Mike O'Mara, here to remind you that if you're starting a business, forming an LLC, or getting a will, LegalZoom will provide the personal attention you need to help take care of the details. LegalZoom is not a law firm, but provides self-help services at your specific direction. Enter discount code TMOS for more savings at LegalZoom.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.